World Health Organization estimates every developing country prevails approximately 10% of population with disability. Thus, the same is estimated in Nepal. According to National Blindness Survey 1980, the population of the blind is approximately 0.84, whereas 1.89 is the population of low vision. There are several other NGOs working with the blind and visually impaired. Among them, Nepal Association of the Blind is the one of the leading organization with 44 district branches, among which NAB has been running rehabilitation program for the blind in 6 districts. Blind Rehabilitation Program Rupandehi is one. The office lies at Avaspath, Butwal. The office has been mainly working for the blind people, providing them professional and earning-oriented vocational trainings, interest-free loan without collateral, scholarships, eye treatment as well as counseling, orientation and mobility trainings, etc. 2,039 blind people have been directly benefited from this project, says Mr. Prem Maharjan, Field Director. The successful benefited examples are now presented here. This is Dataram Darji of 34, who has been blind because of severe headache in the year 2044 BS. From 2063 BS, he with his parents shifted to a hut and lived nearby the bank of the Tinau River slums area, Butawal. His mother died in the same year. His father also was sick, and for the treatment he started begging in the Butwal bus park and the bazaar area, along with his nephew. But the misfortune never stopped to follow him. In the year 2066, fiercely flooded Tinau River swept his hut and destabilized his family. In that very year, his father also died. After the death of his father, one of the staff of the rehabilitation program found him. The same staff brought him up to the rehabilitation program office. After receiving vocational trainings, the other blinds like Dataram became his friends, and they felt that begging is not the only source of living life. From beggar, he became professional incense sticks and candle seller. Previously, Dataram daily earned Rs 50 to 100 by begging, but now he is earning Rs 200 to 300 selling their goods. The places Dataram used to roam around by begging at temples, markets and bus parks has been his business stops now. He says in the past the people who disgraced and hated him now became his customers. Same is Dataram, here is Yuvraj Bhurtel, who reads in class 9 in Namuna Secondary School at Marigram. After his school, he utilizes his leisure time selling incense sticks to manage his pocket money. He became blind in the early age due to an infection in the eyes. Although he is brilliant in his studies, his family could not support him for his expenditure. That's why he started this task, which made him self-independent.
मेरो बुवाले चाहिँ हामीलाई चाहिँ एउटा बोझको रूपमा हेर्छ के त्यो डिस्ट्रिब्युट भने चाहिँ यिनीहरुले केही गर्न सक्दैन एउटा बोझको रूपमा हेर्ने गर्दछ र मलाई पकेट खर्च पनि त्यति चाहिँ पर्याप्त रूपमा दिदैन र मैले यसबाट आएको पैसाले चाहिँ आफ्नो साबुन खर्चहरु चाहिँ किन्छु र अलिअलि चाहिँ ब्याङ्कमा म जम्मा गर्छु.
Bhagavati Sharma, a partially sighted woman, supplies candles and incense sticks to Dataram and Yuvraj. She belongs to Madholia 4, Kotihawa.
हामीहरुलाई यो अपाङ्ग छन् अन्धा छन् भनेर कसैले थाहा पायो भने हामीहरुलाई घृणा गर्छन् हामीहरुले भन्न हुँदैन भनेर हामी सकेसम्म गाउन चाहन्छौं के.
She also received vocational skill trainings from the Rupandehi Rehabilitation Program. Through the same program, she received interest-free loan and produced incense sticks and candles professionally. Besides that, Mrs. Bhagavati and her husband together are farming mushroom too. They also provide trainings on mushroom farming to the members of agricultural groups and the other blinds. Now she says, at present their life with a son is running soundly.
झोल साबुनहरू बनाउने, बाँसका सामग्रीहरू बनाउने, यो प्याकेजिङका कुराहरू गर्ने व्यावसायिक सिपहरू दिएर हामीले चाहिँ उहाँलाई चाहिँ तालिम गराइरहेका छौँ, जसमा चाहिँ हामीले अहिले झन्डै 500 जना जति हामी यो ट्रेनिङहरू गर्छौँ।
Permanent resident of Rupandehi, Karoha VDC 6, Mr. Dinesh Prasad Tharu, whose one eye was blind by birth, later became blind due to glaucoma in the year 2065 BS. He had studied up to class 6 and is the eldest son of his family. Tharu had tough days to run his family with the little earnings. When he came in contact to Rupandehi Rehabilitation Program, he thought of starting his own business. He took loan from the program and brought furniture making tools. He paid back the loan promptly. Again he took next loan and managed more tools. Then he started cottage furniture industry. Recently, he has 5 helpers and he increases it according to the workload.
NABP नेत्रहीन पुनर्स्थापन कार्यक्रम आयो, त्यसपछि उहाँले लोन दिनुभयो।
Deducting all the expenditure, he earns 10 to 15,000 rupees monthly. This earning leaves him and his family easy way of life.
10,000 12,000 मैक्सिमम भन्नाले तपाईको 8 देखि तल गर्छ।
Boarding is a difficult task even for sighted people. But 34 years old Budhiram Yadav of Rupandehi Chilia 8 is successfully performing this job. He had eye disease which caused him blind when he was child. Although being blind, he involved himself in challenging work like digging and deep boring. He started his work as a simple mason, but his hard labor made him a well-known deep boring mechanic. Earlier, he had no digging equipments, so he had to hire them. Rupandehi Rehabilitation Program provided interest-free loan to buy equipments. Finally, he was relieved by this financial support. By examining the dug-out mud, he can easily make out whether there is water or not. His ability to do such an amazing work is his extra quality. He has employed 10 to 12 helpers whom he provides daily wages. Today, Budhiram, with the earning of his own profession, has been able to run his family like other people. After launching the rehabilitation program in the district, many blinds and partially sighted received profitable professional trainings through which they are earning their living. Among these examples, Rudra Prasad Jaisi is an icon. He is habitant of Rupandehi Dudraksha 4 and he says until the age of 18 his eyesight was perfect. But during in search of work, he roamed many cities of India. Eventually, at the age of 19, because of glaucoma, he lost his eyesight and returned back home.
बाख्रा कसरी बिमारी हुँदाखेरि कसरी हुन्छ जस्तै पीपीआर को रोगले भेटायो भने कुन किसिमले हुन्छ नाकाबाट स्यान फाल्ने ज्वरो आउने त्यसबाट अब छेर्ने.
Somehow, he was managing to run his family through traditional cultivation. But after receiving vocational training of animal husbandry, he took 10,000 rupees loan and he started goats rearing. From the same farm's earning, he has been successful to manage the wedding of his 3 daughters and a son as well as other activities too. He paid back the loan within time. Today, Rudra Prasad does not have to roam around to face his living. From the earning of goats farming, he has been able to keep his family happy.
पशुपालनहरू गर्ने यी कुराहरुमा हामी तालिम सहित निर्वाही रूपमा जसले चाहिँ आफ्नो लगानी गर्न सक्दैन उहाँलाई हामीले एउटा चाहिँ निर्वाही रूपमा केही चाहिँ आर्थिक.
From the same professional training, Sanu Chaudhary is another continuously benefiting person of Karoha VDC 6, age of 29. He was Mason when he had vision. He was studying in class 3 before he lost his eyesight.
12-1 बजेतिर राति बुटोलबाट काम गरेर आउँदाखेरि बाइकको हावाले गर्दाखेरि मेरो आँखाको पर्दा छैन.
The field worker of the blind rehabilitation program visited his home and provided him the white cane with which he was able to walk. As well as last year he was given vocational training to make bamboo tools. Utilizing his learned skill, he started making the bamboo tools and began to sell them. Until now, he has made near about hundreds of bamboo tools. He has sold the tools in the cost of Rs 350 to 450 per piece. Now, Sanu is able to give enough time to his work. He says that if the rehabilitation program establishes a sale center for the selling of goods made by the people like him, they would never have to be jobless.
हामीलाई यस्तो जस्तै कि एउटा एक ठाउँमा होलसेल अथवा पसल खोलिदिएको भए राम्रो हुन्छ।
Durga Pariyar of Rupandehi Makra, her six, and Sanu Chaudhary both learned to knit bamboo tools together. She has been blind from the age of 12. She was uneducated because of her family's weak economic condition, but she is excellent to use her profitable skill. She started piggery and goat farm after taking loan from rehabilitation program. She sold all the pigs and now she only has goats to sell. Durga says she earned well amount from the piggery. On the top of that, she is active in knitting and selling of bamboo tools. Until now, she has sold 500 bamboo tools and succeeded to earn well. Among the blind rehabilitation program of Rupandehi, the main program is eye treatment too. To this program, 4,479 cataract patients have been able to regain vision. Among those who are able to see after the cataract operation is Mukti Ram Bhatta of Karwaha VDC 6, who is 74 years old. Mukti Ram's 4 sons are not at home because of their own work, and he did not know about the cataract treatment. Since a long time, he has been living his life in the darkness. After having eye operation, he regained his vision as before. He says it's like a great gift for him. He discloses that the host of rehabilitation program are like God for him. After his eye treatment, he has been able to look after his vegetable garden. Purna Bahadur Chaudhary of Madholia Fo was a tailor and had a tailoring shop in Kathmandu. At the age of 42, cataract caused him blind. He returned to his village and became dependent on his son's earning. Near about 10 years later, through the rehabilitation program, he had an operation. Now he is able to see and lives in his own village. He has started his tailoring work and is managing his expenditure. Purna Bahadur has a full blind daughter. Meena Poon of Thute people, Patsari 5, is a success story of rehabilitation program Rupandehi. Smallpox caused her blind. She remained in closed door until the age of 18. She had to live like a prisoner in her own home. Although her family's economic condition was strong, lack of awareness in her family caused her victim. Meena says that she always felt embarrassed and was unhappy with her life. That's why she had suicidal thoughts. At the age of 22, she came into the outer world. She shares her experience of getting on public transportation. Today, she has got new life because of mobility trainings. Nowadays, with the help of white cane, she can walk and roam around alone. Though it was late, the spirit of studying raised in her. She is studying in grade 6 at Shanti Namuna Secondary School at Marigram. The principal of Marigram School, Mr. Ghanasam Gyawali, says that the life at present is boon for her.
अब 3टा वर्षमा उनले एसएससी दिन्छन्, राम्रो पढाइ पढेकी छन्, हामी सबै दिनको प्रगतिदेखि खुसी छौं.
Field Supervisor Mr. Hari Bahadur Bhandari of the Blind Rehabilitation Program Rupandehi talks about Meena's past and present.
अहिले त उनी धेरै खुसी, अरु सोचेर नै म आत्मनिर्भर हरेक किसिमको लेखन पढ्ने आवत जावत केही न केही व्यवसाय गर्न सकिन्छ र आत्मनिर्भर बन्न सकिन्छ भन्ने उनमा आत्मबल बढेको छ.
President Mr. Atmaram Paudel of Rupandehi branch says that they have moved forward in the district for the blind's individual development as well as the association's progress too.
करिब 100 जना चाहिँ 750 रहेका छन्. हामीले बेला मौकामा चाहिँ अगरबत्ती मोमबत्ती जस्ता तालिमहरु पनि दिएर उनीहरुलाई चाहिँ आत्मनिर्भर बनाउने काम गरेका छौं.
In fact, it's appraisable to start to build an office building for the organizational development. There is a building under construction in the public place of Forkatha in Butowal.
सुरुवात त अब स्थानीय रूपमै हो, जिल्ला विकास नगरपालिका यिनीहरुबाटै चाहिँ हामी स्रोत चाहिँ जुटाएर चाहिँ काम गरेका छौं. भवन निर्माणको लागि चाहिँ पहिला चाहिँ पुनर्स्थापना कार्यक्रमबाट अघिल्लो सालै चाहिँ पाएका थियौँ भवन निर्माणको लागि भनेर 2 लाख रुपियाँ पोहोर सालै नगरपालिकाले छुट्टाएको थियो, त्यो बजेट पनि ल्याउँदैछौँ। अब यस्तै अब अहिले साल पनि नगरपालिकामा चाहिँ पहल गरेर केही रकम यताबाट चाहिँ अनि केही रकम चाहिँ एनएबी मार्फत भनौँ न यो पुनर्स्थापना कार्यक्रम मार्फत पनि पायौँ भने हामी चाहिँ बनाउन सक्छौँ भन्ने चाहिँ हिम्मतका साथ लागेका छौँ।
Musical field is the main among the fields in the society where the blinds have been established and have become famous. Through singing and playing instruments, they have been popular in the national level of Nepal. Within the provided trainings by the rehabilitation program, musical training is also one. The example of the same training is Moti Singh Tharu of Anandaban 8. At the age of 5, Tharu faced a domestic incident that caused him blind. Illiterate Tharu was very fond of music since his childhood. He has always hummed whenever there was a song on the radio. His nearest friends gave him a little knowledge on music, which increased his craze for music. Finally, his interest to learn music was fulfilled by the rehabilitation program by providing him guitar training just before 3 years.
हाम्रो नेपाल नेत्रहीन सङ्घ पुनर्स्थापन कार्यक्रमबाट CBR-बाट मलाई धेरै हेल्प गर्नुभयो उहाँहरूले.
After learning 3 months of basic course of guitar, he practices regularly. Now he has 4 students from village who come to learn guitar with him, and they are very happy with his training.
आफूले नदेखे तापनि हात समय भए पनि राम्ररी नै सिकाउनुहुन्थ्यो.
Perhaps it may be a coincidence in his family. Despite Moti Singh, his 2 elder brothers are also blinds because of different accidents. Among the 2 brothers, the eldest one runs a general store, taking loan from the rehabilitation program. The presentation illustrates that the blinds who are in Rupandehi district, for their personal and organizational development, Nepal Association of Blind launched the rehabilitation program, which is proved as a milestone.